and welcome to Age Friendly Yoga. Thank you for joining us. I'm Sarah Husher. I'm here with Loretta Stiles, and we both work at the City of Cleveland Department of Aging. So in addition to my work as a social worker, I'm also a certified yoga teacher. I've been teaching for over a decade, a wide variety of types of yoga, but in particular, I really love working with beginners and with people where yoga is not readily accessible to them. So I appreciate being here with you today. So before starting any exercise regimen, it's a good idea to talk to your doctor, see if this exercise is appropriate for you, and if you're given the green light, as we practice today, remember to listen to your body. Feel free to sit anything out that doesn't work for you. In addition, all you really need to do chair yoga is a nice sturdy chair and comfortable clothing. So we're going to take a format today with 4 sections. We're going to start with a centering, which basically means relaxation. We'll move on to some chair yoga stretches, breathing, and a short meditation. So let's jump right in. We'll start with our centering. So go ahead and allow yourself to get comfortable in your chair. So sit back, let both feet rest on the floor, and find a point to gaze at that's not moving, or alternatively, you could just close your eyes. And take a few deep breaths here. Start to become aware of the sensations in your body. So notice any differences in your body. Areas of tightness, areas that might feel more open. Maybe these differences happen on the left versus the right side. Again, maybe there's some areas that feel constricted or other areas that feel nice and open already. So these differences are because we tend to hold tension in different areas of our body. Some of the usual suspects include our shoulders, our necks, hips, or maybe lower back. Today we're going to focus on the lower back, because as a teacher, when I ask students what areas they want to work on, lower back is one of the most common areas listed. So we'll focus today on releasing tension from the low back. We'll do this by focusing on forward folds, twists, and also building core strength. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll come into mountain pose. So you'll bring your arms to your sides. You'll reach the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. We'll relax the shoulders. And here in our mountain pose today, we'll focus more on the core, so you'll be drawing your belly button into your spine. So you do this by kind of breathing, sucking the belly button in, but not so tightly that you can't still breathe freely. So take a few breaths here. Good. And then release your hands. We'll move into cat and cow. So cat and cow, we're kind of changing the direction of the movement in the spine. So as we inhale, we'll lift our chest up. And then as we exhale, we'll round the spine and look down. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, rounding. And feel free to take this at a different pace than what Loretta and I are doing. Maybe you move a little quicker or a little slower. So we're all different in what feels right in our body, what pace of the breath feels right. So just enjoy the opening as you lift up and the release as you look down. A couple more. And one more, going even deeper, pulling the shoulder blades together and then rounding and shortening the collarbones. Good. Coming back to center. So I promised some core work, and we'll do that now. So we're gonna do some core twists, and then we'll end in a twist to the right. So bring your hands up, and then we'll just twist side to side. So side to side. And even though we're holding our arms up, we're initiating this movement from our center here. So you want to really kind of feel the belly working, going side to side. A couple more times. And then prepare. Just about the next time you're going to the right, you'll stay. So going to the right and twisting. Breathe. And just know that, you know, as long as you eventually do both sides, it really doesn't matter which side you do first. So if you get a little confused along the way, no worries, just do your best. A couple breaths here. Good, back to center. So let's do this again. Arms up, palms facing down, twisting side to side. Breathing as you go. Maybe you can go a little deeper. Okay. Start to prepare to twist to the left. So right about now, next time we're to the left. Good. Let's twist, looking over the shoulder. And breathe. Good. Okay. Back to center. And now our forward fold. So this is a real nice pose to stretch out the lower back. We'll do doing this here in the chair, but this can also be done seated or standing. So forearms pressed together, and then we'll just lean forward and let your head drop. Just let the head relax, and sometimes it helps to kind of shake out the head and just let gravity do its thing. Breathe. And maybe some of you can go a little further here. Just be careful, you don't want to tip out of your chair. So to go further, you can release your hands down to your feet or down to the floor. I'll stay lifted so it's a little easier to hear me. But wherever you are, relax your head and just stretch out that lower back. Good. All right, now before we come up, so important to take a deep breath in as you're lifting up so you don't get lightheaded. So prepare to take your deep breath in and then lift up. Good, nice. Okay, so next we're gonna do hip circles. So letting your hands rest on your lap. Keep your seat where it is and just circle around. Good, circle. Seat stays planted as we move around. Let's switch directions. Good. All right. Perfect. And let's come back to center. Okay. Next one, we're going to do a hip opener combined with another twist. So this one's called pigeon. This tends to be a crowd favorite. Take your right foot, cross it over your left knee. So it's like you're sitting a wide, cross-legged in the chair. And where most of us feel this pose is in the right hip. So give that a moment. And if you're not feeling too much sensation, you can get more sensation by pressing into your left foot. That's the foot on the floor, pressing into the ball of that foot, lifting the heel, and that lifts up the right foot a little bit higher. Even more sensation, you can press down on that right knee and just breathe here. So for a lot of us, this feels pretty good. Nice stretch of the hip. If you lifted the left foot, go ahead and lower it, and then we'll slide that right leg across, come into cross-legged, knee to knee in our chair, so our right leg is crossed over, and now we'll twist to our right. So take a moment, figure out your right, left side, and then let's twist over to the right. So you can use that right hand on your chair as leverage, that left hand on your knee also as leverage to help you twist a little deeper. And you can really feel this in the whole spine, including the lower back. Okay, back to center. Release. Other side. Left ankle crosses over the right knee. And just settle in here a moment, get situated, and then notice the sensation in your left hip. And if you're wanting more sensation, press into the right foot, lifting the right heel, which lifts up that left foot a little bit higher. So this is a nice pose you can do on your back. If you just lay down flat on your back and bend one knee, cross the opposite foot over. You can kind of play around with that later if you like. And release the foot down. Slide that right leg over. So now we're going knee to knee. And then we'll twist over to the left. Good. Breathe here. Wringing out the spine. Good. And back to center. Go ahead and uncross. A little more core. So we're going to extend one leg at a time. Let's do it 10 times and then hold on the 10th. Let's start with the right side. So sit back in your chair again, and then we'll lift the right foot up and lower it down, keeping that belly engaged, up and down, up and down. So your belly is engaged when you have a nice good posture in your upper body. Lifting up and down. I always lose count, so we're somewhere around 10. Let's stay lifted up this last time. So lift. Flex the toes, lift even higher, feel that belly button kind of firing up, and release. Okay, other side, about 10 times. So left foot lifts, and lower, and lift, and lower, lift, nice and slow. The slower we move, the more muscle engagement we're actually using, because we're using our muscles instead of momentum to move the body. A couple more and then we'll hold. So lower down, and let's hold up, even flex the toes, lift the leg as high as you can, and lower. Okay, our chair pose. So first we're just going to kind of reach back and forth. So bringing your hands forward, so lean forward. Perfect. And back, forward, and back. You could even imagine like you're holding a beach ball between your hands and you're reaching that out to someone. Forward, and back, forward, and back. And this next time we're gonna hold, so reach forward and then press into the balls of your feet, lift your heels. Yes, balls of the feet, lifting the heels, belly button into spine. Are you breathing? If not, breathe here. So hold the pose, but not your breath. And release. Okay, last pose, just a little back bend. Easiest way to get into that into the chair is just to leave your hands on your knees and lift your chest. So it's like the, let's see, like the cow pose that we did, but we're staying here. So lift the chest, widen the collarbones, look up, maybe lean back even more. Good, and relax. All right, so we've made it through our chair exercises. Do a little bit of breathing, a little bit of meditation. So let's rest our hands with our palms facing up in our lap. Go ahead, sit back into your chair again. Find that meditative gaze where you're either looking at one spot or closing your eyes. Take a few deep breaths. Soften your face. your eyes, your jaw, and then bring your attention to your lower back. So breathe your breath into your lower back, like imagining you could create space with each breath. So we can't literally bring our breath into our lower back, but we can imagine it, we can visualize it. The power of visualization can be very strong. And as we move more towards our guided meditation, take another moment to bring awareness to a part of your body that is holding tension. So this could be your lower back if that resonates with you, or maybe there's another area of your body that feels tight or uncomfortable today. So notice how that area feels. Now we're going to do the power of visualization a little more. So imagine that feeling like it was a large pile of debris. Maybe it's dirt or sand. You can feel the heaviness of this pile, the heaviness and the pressure on your body. And now with each inhale, imagine, like with a shovel, you're scooping up this section of debris. And as you exhale, you're dumping the debris out. So one scoop at a time. Pile gets smaller and lighter. So keep repeating this to yourself for a little bit longer until you feel a sense of reduced tension or relief. So just keep imagining that, breathing in, scooping up, breathing out, dumping out, scooping up, and dumping out. And little kind of scoop by scoop, we feel just a little more relief, a little more opening. And go ahead and flip your palms down. And then wiggle your fingers, your toes. Slowly bring your eyes back to open if they were closed. So thank you all for joining Loretta and myself here for age-friendly yoga. I'd like to take a moment to introduce ourselves a little more. So I'm Sarah Husher, and as I mentioned before, we both work at City of Cleveland Department of Aging. My role at the department is doing long-term care counseling. So that usually means counseling people about kind of in-home home care services or services at facilities in the community. If anyone out there would like more information on this or help finding an exercise program in your area, please call me at 216-420-7655. And I'll let Loretta introduce herself, please.
And I'm Loretta Stiles, and I'm the Homeless Prevention Project Coordinator. And if you are in need of help of rental assistance, you can call me at 216-420-7673.
So thank you once again for joining us. I hope everyone out there is safe and well. Thank you.